go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for me. Today I want to talk about my boy, Scottie Pippen. Yes, he's still my boy, even though, like so many of the elders, when they get old, they have those regrets and that chip start growing more and more. And they start saying belligerent shit. Scottie's a Hall of Famer. Those 6 championships, he was an integral part of that. Scottie's just a very good, all-around, very good role player. Just very versatile, rebounding, passing, scoring. The great thing about having Jordan on the court is that a lot of teams, they would double team him, stack up on the defenders on Jordan, and that, created space, allowed Pippen to be open and find teammates, find shots, and drive to the lane. Scottie was a pretty good defensive player too, multiple all defensive teams. He was a very strong player. But let's not act like a lot of what Scottie became was not because of Jordan. Let's not act like that. Jordan just brought a whole different mentality. He had a very strong desire to win. Probably the most competitive person, definitely in that era. And he was a real leader. He was, on the court and in practice. A lot of people hated this dude because he was hard on them, but he pushed his team to their limits to get the best out of them. Story about him bullying Scott Burrell. But, he was really just trying to push him to, get the best out of him. He's trying to have him step it up because he wasn't giving his best performance in practice. And Michael played in practice like it was the darn playoffs. It's insane to act like that work ethic didn't rub off on some of his teammates. Like they didn't learn to adapt that mindset, that winning mentality. Jordan really helped Scottie elevate his game. Regardless of if he wants to admit it or not, we seen what it was. We saw the results. If Jordan wasn't there, there'd be no Scottie Pippen. Who would know this guy? I understand that he was a little salty because of the portrayal of the Bulls on the Last Dance, making it just look like it was just Jordan. I understand that. But honestly, I think Pippen might be actually a little more mad about Jordan helping them win them 6 championships. Think about this. Think about it. Just go with me real quick. If they never would have won them 6 championships, wouldn't nobody know who Scottie Pippen is? If nobody knew who Scottie Pippen was, nobody would know who his wife is. All these rappers and players wouldn't be running around with his wife. And like I said, he's a dope player. But even Gary Payton said Scottie is like top 50 or top 75. Now you trying to tell me that I don't care if you got Jordan at your 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Jordan's definitely top 5. You telling me a top 5 player needs a top 75 player to win games? And I'm not saying that he didn't need, that Scottie Pippen wasn't necessary, but how some of y'all, the fanboys, tell it is that Scottie was carrying Jordan half of the way. And we know that wasn't true. Scottie knows that wasn't true. It's funny, Scottie comes out later and starts doing this double talk, where now he's saying, can't nobody compare to LeBron James. But it wasn't too long ago when Scottie was, I forgot who he was talking to, but Scottie was saying that he can't imagine any game picking LeBron over Jordan. Why wouldn't you pick the best person? And to be fair, Scottie actually said LeBron is the best statistical player. And hey, maybe he is. He got a lot of stats, That might be one for y'all stat nerds. Y'all got one. LeBron is, I'm not going to say it. I can't say even those words out of my mouth, but maybe that's one for y'all. But for people that matter, Scottie knows that's a lie. Scottie knows that's a lie. He's just in his feelings, which is funny because, we've heard this before, is that Scottie is sort of known to be emotional sometimes, getting his feelings about criticism and stuff like that. So we can imagine he's probably been carrying a lot of this on his shoulders for a long time. And now you got 15 dudes going around with his wife, and he's like, man, bump this dude. I agree a little bit that maybe they could have talked about some of the other teammates a little more on that last dance, but maybe just a little more. It does take a team to win, but that year that MJ decided to play baseball, what was y'all doing? There was no leadership there. Scottie tried the best he could, but let's just be real. The Bulls' whole system was built around Jordan, around his playing style and his leadership. And for anybody, it would take some adjusting, but, they were just a lot less dominant. You had teams like the Bad Boy Pistons and the Knicks that was taking advantage of Jordan being gone. You didn't have that same type of player that could really consistently perform in those critical moments like Jordan did. Like the flu game. I'm going to be honest. Think about this contrast. I don't know if you've ever had the flu, but that shit is, sometimes you feel like you was dying. And you can see it on Jordan's face, man. Just his whole body. He still competed and even hit that big three in the fourth, which was crucial for them to take the lead at that time. And, they won. Now, you compare that to Scottie sitting out with that migraine. And, hey, let me say this first. I get migraine headaches. Actually, I had one earlier today, man. And that, my chest and, gonna throw up. And, I felt like I was going to die. I know it could be a lot. I don't know if a migraine headache is worse than a flu. Different people's bodies react differently to different stimuli, but I know Jordan continued on and played through it. Then what was that in '97 in the finals with Utah? Scottie had them back spasms. I'm a big dude, man. I had some back spasms too, but I don't know. It says something about the level that you're willing to compete at. Jordan probably would have been out in that bitch with Corona. I'm not saying that would be good, but people that are willing to go the extra miles get the looks. I know it's going to be a few people in the comment section. Well, these players are smart these days. They're not trying to hurt their bodies. Good. I'm glad for them. I mean, that's the best thing. That's the thing you should do. But you don't get the same looks when you're not willing to put your body on the line. You're being smart. You're being responsible. But don't expect them same looks. Scottie needed to sit out for back pain and for a headache. And I know it's more than that, but I'm being facetious a little bit. But, Scottie decided to sit out, and Jordan kept on. I don't think nothing could keep him off that court. He was that competitive. Yeah, so I started off talking about Scottie because I really do want to give you your flowers, your credit. You are a Hall of Famer, and you deserve respect. But you got to start acting like it. Because honestly, the other thing about those comments you made about Jordan, man, you should have gave them to somebody else to say. Your words do not hold a lot of weight for a lot of people. Like GP said, man, you was like top 75. The top 75 dude said something about Jordan. Said Jordan's a horrible player. Said he can't shoot. What's that chick name? Oh, let's just take Beyonce. I was going to say, what's that chick name from Players Club? Lisa Ray. But let's take Beyonce. Both of them bras can't act. That's like Beyonce talking about Denzel's acting. I don't care what she has to say about Denzel. It's good you have an opinion. Everybody got one. They won them 6 championships. Now everybody know what his wife looked like. So now they got everybody going after his wife. This dude, Michael, was already mean to him in practice. He was yelling at him in the game even though he scored because he wanted to rock. So he was mean to him. They won and people banging his wife. Then Jordan's son then got up with her. So, I mean, I feel him, man. He's like, man, fuck that whole family. I bet he don't even like Michael B. Jordan no more. But yeah, that's going to be my time for today. Thank y'all for checking me out. I will see you in the next one.